What's going on? I'm Carl Ragavan. This is Beautiful Strength. Let's get into another cooking show. We're doing beef pasta. Alright, so I got some basic fusilini. This is what's in the fridge. Hey yo, come back to me, boy. Yes, welcome. There you are, boy. We've got some mascarpone sauce. This is second meal of the day, so you know it's usually first meal is porridge. We've got some beef here. We've got some boil in the bag roughage. So again, gorilla chow, you could call this. Most times I like the idea of just keeping food and nutrition very simple. Eat similar things. Less brain calories. I don't have to think about it. See what's in the fridge. See what's in the cupboards. Usually this is a rice dish, but today I'm going to do a pasta dish. Simples. Frying pan. Cooperate. Induction. Go fuck yourself. Seeing you following me, boy. Yeah. Little salt. I'm doing pasta, got to do the kettle. Again, when I think about, traditionally making pasta, obviously, you're not going to have a bag of vegetables in it. But again, this is thinking of pasta as a carbohydrate source, just like rice, right? So this may be sacrilegious Italian style, but when we're thinking about training for strength, adding muscle, right? We do need some fiber. So I'm going to whack that. Usually about 3 minutes, 2:45, put it on there. Just let it be beef brown. While we've been living in Scotland, it's been a pretty good routine now. After adding porridge as my first meal, and I guess you could consider this beef meal my second meal of the day, but I kind of think of this as my kind of big breakfast meal. I'll probably do another video of my rice version of this meal, but it just so happens this is life, and we gotta make it a pasta dish. Don't matter. It's all good. Baby. Cup. So this is how I'm going to do the servings. Well, not cup. Should say that. Right. This is how I'm going to portion out the pasta. Usually I do about 2 cups. Pasta water on, full blast. I'm gonna salt that up as well. Excuse me. Always salt your pasta water. There it is. Don't want to crack the camera with the cabinet there. Beef is coming on nicely. Just wait until it's all brown. Pretty straightforward there. Got to grab the veg out of the microwave. So let me do that. Shut up! Pussy clap! Just gonna open this bag. It's like a steam in the bag for veg. What I'll most likely do is I'll mix this veg into the sauce. So it has a bit of the flavour. Pasta water looks like it's come to a boil. So, wow. Some fusilli. There it is. Carbs are good for strength training. Don't be scared of the carbs. I'll just wipe that over here. Make sure all the pasta is covered. This one. Pasta, the beef is pretty much almost brown. Just got to wait for a few more bits. I can just put this on a low heat. This is quite a big jar. I can save half of this for another dish. So this has definitely got some. It says obviously it's mascarpone, so full fat soft cheese. So the calories on this is going to be a little bit higher, but don't matter, it's alright. I'm not the biggest fan of that sauce. I prefer bolognese kind of sauces for pasta dishes. You could call these my ghetto guerrilla chef pasta dishes, but you know, don't want to waste it. Hate wasting food. If you do, shame on you. So I'm just going to mix this in. So I did at first, when I first started using this, I would whack the whole of this in, but that actually was a little bit too much. So now I normally ration this out to being more like 2 portions for a pack of whatever it is, 650 grams of chicken, if it's the sweet and sour sauce, or usually the bolognese, if that's 400-500 grams of beef. So yeah, roughly, you know, half a jar, something like that. And save this. So put the beef on a low heat now because that's all cooked. Can even whack these veggies back in. I turned the pasta water down a little bit because it was getting a bit crazy. Turn it back up to 8. But yeah, just coat the veggies with a little bit of sauce. There's steamed veggies, what is it? Sweet corn, broccoli, and carrots. A little bit of sauce, never hurt anyone. So that's pretty much the beef done. And now I'm just waiting on my pasta to boil. I usually time this, but I'm just gonna sit and wait. Usually it's 8 to 10 minutes, if that. I'm just gonna sit and wait, and when it's ready, I'm gonna drain it off. While I sit and wait for my pasta water to cook my pasta, I'm gonna do some chores. So again, like I said already, a lot of my food of late has been a lot of beef, chicken. I like to keep it very simple, very straightforward, less hassle. So that way also I can keep a better eye on what it is calories wise, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, all of that business, you know, without actually like counting my macros. I'm kind of staying consistent, right? Because again, just like training, that's kind of what the nutrition piece is like. So if you can't stick to certain types of meals, maybe you just need to figure out what does work for you. But for me, I've been on a bit of a beef and chicken kick of late. Usually I'm quite big on beef, but you know, for years and years I've done a lot of eggs for breakfast. Nothing wrong with eggs, it's just I've gone off them. So I don't want to have 6 eggs for breakfast right now. You know, maybe different countries I might change my mind depending on how hot it is or how cold it is. That also changes my taste, my appetite for what it is I'm probably gonna have for breakfast, lunch, dinner. But right now it's beef and chicken. It's so easy, you know. That's another brilliant thing about having a bit more of a set menu, is that when you do go into a supermarket, is that you literally can just buy things. If you've got a shopping grocery list, you can just click them off, or sometimes you can even just grab them from memory. So if you're someone who's serious about strength training and getting big and strong, you need to eat a lot of protein, you need to be buying a lot of food, right? Whether that's online shopping, if you have that option, I would heavily suggest doing online shopping, especially if you're someone who buys a lot of heavy items. It's smart to not have to haul around liters and huge bags of stuff. So that, if you can do online shopping, is really great. But again, because we travel, we can't always have the luxury to do online shopping. Back in the UK here, in Scotland, we've been able to do some Tesco shopping, which really helps. Try your best to figure out things from a diet perspective that gets you 200 grams of protein a day and is something sustainable, right? A lifestyle that you can do, like cooking from, you know, I didn't make the sauce from scratch, but like I'm, you know, boiling pasta, cooking beef, right? This is as ghetto clean as you could call this. I know people hate saying what's clean and dirty, right? But this isn't a pizza or a takeaway, right? This is me actually boiling and pan frying some stuff. So it's a very easy way, cheap too, to keep an eye on your food. This pasta actually looks almost done. It looks, it's fluffed up a little bit. He's done. I drain him off. Whack him in and just toss him around. Get a little bit of the sauce action. But yeah, I really do believe that trying your best, I mean, even when we've been somewhere more long term in terms of like living somewhere, we had a menu for like the whole week, and there were obviously days where you could vary stuff, but most of the time people normally eat 5 to like 12 different things every week, you know. And if you can put that on paper, you know, it just makes life more easy.
Like, what are we having for dinner? I don't know. What do you feel like eating?
I don't know. What do you feel like? You know, it's a waste of time, right? Whereas if you have Mexican on Tuesdays, Taco Tuesdays, you know, maybe leftovers on Thursdays, fish on whatever day it is, you know, if you can organize and have a little food rota, stuff like that is really helpful with buying groceries or just figuring out your week. It's one less thing you don't have to think about. So I'm really happy with how this food plan is going. So there you go. That's what the finished article looks like. Big pan of ground beef, veggies, sauce and pasta. That's breakfast meal number 2. So if you like this video, comment, like, share, subscribe. You know the business. I'm Carl Ragavan. That was Beautiful Strength. And remember, the barbell never lies.